We finish up this episode with 2014 Bosse graduate Jordan Loving visiting Amy Quick, owner and trainer at Quick's Pooch Plaza.
Hello Amy, thanks for inviting us today.
You're welcome.
Can you please explain to us where exactly we are?
We're at Quick's Pooch Plaza. We're located on Old Boonville Highway, 7417 Old Boonville Highway, and we're a dog training facility and a boarding and daycare facility.
So what made you want to open your own obedience school?
Basically the love for dogs and just trying to help people to have a better life with their dogs and just the joy of it. It's a lot of fun to play with dogs and work with them.
What type of training do you offer?
We do agility training, we do obedience, we do problem behavior, where we help actually dogs that have some issues, and competition obedience, rally obedience. There are a lot of different things out there we do.
Are there different steps to the training?
Yes, there are. There's basic obedience, there's more intermediate obedience, advanced obedience, where you do distance work with the dog. We offer manners in public. We actually go to different parks and different locations and work with the dog there.
How long does it usually take for a training to be complete?
If you just want basic obedience, probably 4 to 6 weeks of like once a week training. If you do want more, it can go just about endless. Like with agility, that can be a lifelong passion.
Is there a certain age your dog should be trained?
I would start that very young, about 4 months, to already kind of teach them some of the commands, whether it's sit, come. That way you lay the foundation for the formal training. You can wait a little bit longer, but the on-leash and really making them do something.
For a family with small children, what kind of dog would you recommend?
There are several little breeds and medium-sized breeds that are going really well with families. I would maybe be a little bit more concerned if you have very small children to get, per se, herding breeds, because they do tend to chase the 3-year-olds and might be a little nippy. Definitely when you got the small child and the puppy together, it can be a little. But there are lots of great breeds out there for children, whether it's the larger ones would be boxers and labs. They're really good. Smaller ones would be spaniels are very good with kids sometimes, and beagles, of course, Bichon Frise. There are a lot of happy campers out there.
So how do the dogs get along in the daycare?
Most of them do very well because some of them are socialized already through classes, through dog parks. So we still have to evaluate, of course, and we make sure that everybody gets along well. If anybody has an issue, then we try to find a buddy system where we put 2 together that do well together, and then do the younger dogs in a bigger group.
Beginning with your puppy training, what types of training do you offer?
We basically offer the puppy foundation, and that's to teach the dog the sit command, the come command. Definitely coming on the first time when you call him, that's very important. That way the dog has a great foundation to life. Of course, you can teach the down command and a couple other things, and just overall a good foundation between owner and dog and a good bonding. We do a puppy massage that also shows the dog that hands on him is a good thing. They get a treat afterwards. It's just done for 3, maybe 5 minutes. But you check their pads, you check their ears. So you really get them also ready for like a veterinarian exam. And they're very comfortable with it after you do that for a certain time.
Do you give potty training in the puppy stage?
Yes, we do that too. We show customers how to potty train the right way, and again, do a great bond and do the understanding of how to potty train and how to do it the right way.
Would you say it's harder to train puppies than older dogs?
Not really. Sometimes puppies are like little sponges. They want to learn everything and they really have great motivation. With the older dogs, you sometimes have to kind of help them and find the motivation for them, whether it's a toy, a treat, or whatever the dog likes. So it kind of depends. Some older dogs can learn very quickly and sometimes not so much.
So following puppy training, what's the second stage to training?
Then we just get everything a little bit more solid. The puppies, they will make mistakes, so we kind of work around that a little bit. The second phase is basically to make sure that the teenage dog now still turns around and does the right thing at the right moment. And then we do add distractions, because of course the real world has distraction everywhere. And then sometimes around that time, it's time for the guys to get a training collar. Some of them need it, some of them don't. But sometimes they feel like they can get away with not doing the sit command per se, and then we got to help them out a little bit.
So is there an advanced stage to training?
Yes, there is, and that would be basically to do it in public places. There's also, of course, competition training, but first doing everything out in any spot. So we have classes where we take the dogs out to different parks, and it's a different park every week. We also take them to restaurants. There is Raffy's here in Burkhardt, there's Boston's, and again they have their patio area where we can take the dogs, and that's basically their graduation. If they can lay in a good downstay next to you while you eat, that's a big accomplishment.
So I noticed your agility course is out in front of us. Why would a dog need agility training?
It's basically just a preference. It's something for people that want their dog to be agile. It can help them to boost up confidence. If you have a shy dog and they do a couple things, they get proud of themselves and it's really fun to watch. Energetic dogs, it teaches them to do something with a little bit of guidance and to pay attention to the person that's running with them. And of course, running with them means you get 2 classes for 1. You get fitness, the dog gets fitness.
So is there a certain time in the training that my dog should go through this course?
Can start fairly early with the dog, but then everything has to be on a very low level. We don't want a younger dog to go over a full-size jump. But like a tunnel, a puppy can do that. That's not a big deal. Now the perfect time would be if your dog already knows a couple commands, like sit, down, and is per se between 6 months to a year. Above a year, you can go ahead and raise the jumps and make it a little tougher for everybody.
All right, well, thank you for inviting us to your Quick's Pooch Plaza. This has been Jordan Loving with the EVSC Community Link.